Hey, Belleoveds, hope all is well. Yes, I am off camera on this first one. Thought I'd try something different, but don't worry, I plan on appearing on the other episodes. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel and enjoy this video or any other of my videos, please be sure to subscribe below and hit that notification button so you won't miss any of my upcoming relationship series episodes. Again, welcome. This is the first episode of my Pillow Talk relationship series. This is my pillow in the picture. So grab your own pillow as I bring to you this first episode that I'm highly excited about. All right, so a few things. Please keep in mind that I am not a professional therapist, psychologist, counselor, or relationship expert. I'm simply a woman with my own personal views, thoughts on relationship subjects, as well as what I've known to be several people's struggle in the dating world. But anyway, let's get right into it. As you notice, the title of this first episode, I bring to you the 5 C's to effective dating. The 5 C's to effective dating. So I've came up with these 5 C words that I feel are important to include when wanting to date effectively. So the first C of effective dating is communication. Communication, y'all. As it is said, communication is the key, right? Are we sure about that? Because the key, which certainly not all of us have, you know what I mean? Otherwise, we'd all be exceptional communicators, right? Right. While there are many, while there are many types of communication, I would like to focus on 2 types: messaging and calling, or as mobile companies would say, text and talk. Text and talk, y'all. Okay. So we all get busy and have busy schedules. That includes work, school, family, friends, etc. But should that prevent us from communicating effectively when dating? Let's take a look at some of the dislikes of text and talk and how we can make it better in our dating life. Because whilst there's a pandemic with COVID, there seems to be a pandemic with communication in dating, okay? Too, as well, because a lot of people are struggling in this area, but that's okay because I am here to help. So within messaging and calling, right? Or as we say, text and talk, I'd like for us to remember 2 words: response and acknowledge. Response and acknowledge. So it is courteous to respond in a timely manner. Again, we all get busy, but waiting for 3, 4, 5, 12, or even 24 hours to respond in a general everyday chat with someone you're dating can be a bit annoying, right? Like, really. So unless you're in an emergency situation and cannot respond sooner than later, at least do so at your earliest convenience, which brings me to the next word: acknowledge, right? Acknowledge. You want to acknowledge the person's message, y'all. Acknowledge their message or their text or call that you've missed or that you weren't able to get to at the time. Acknowledging is also a way of apologizing for the delay. You know what I mean? I mean, you may want to say something along the line of, "Hey, sorry for the delay response. I was busy when you called or you text, but now you have my undivided attention." Or you have my attention, whichever suits you both. Suits you both. Coming back to a text or calling without giving some acknowledgement on the previous text or call can possibly bring some tension or maybe looked at as a red flag that you're just not a good communicator. So respond timely, y'all. Save yourself some time, respond timely, unless it's an emergency. And, if you don't, then at least acknowledge the previous text or call. It's just a courteous thing to do and to show effective communication on your side. Okay? The second C to effective dating is consistency. Unlike communication, could consistency be the key to dating effectively? I believe to make the decision to be consistent is a choice that involves behaviors that such as dependability, trust, and a true desire to have a companion and form a serious relationship. All right. Now, what does that mean by that? All right. So I would say if you want to be taken seriously, be consistent. You know what I mean? Keep the same energy in the beginning throughout dating. Don't start behavioral patterns in the connection that you cannot maintain. Because what do you do? What you do, how you do it will become the norm for the individual you're dating. So just be mindful and authentic, your authentic self at all times, because in the beginning, people are more likely to show their representative, mainly to impress. And if that representative cannot keep up, then it can become an issue. Communication and consistency should go hand in hand and should be reciprocated by both individuals. Yep, both individuals. So, moving along to the third, all right, the third C to effective dating, consideration. Again, consideration. Now, this one has two parts. The first part is to consider what you want in a partner, or to already know what you want. This eliminates confusion, y'all, and allows you to be confident on what you want and what you need. For instance, some may not want to date someone with children, or perhaps someone who works a lot, etc., etc. Considering your wants helps in communicating effectively with your person on things that may be a deal breaker for you. So, whatever those things are, be sure to bring them up early enough before getting deeply rooted in the connection. Now, part two of this consideration is to be considerate towards your person in the connection, such as if they tend to be a bit more occupied due to having children or long work schedules, being mindful that they work at nights, to allow them, be sure to allow them to get sleep in the morning rather than expecting their attention bright and early. Also, just giving them some space, y'all. Give them some space for themselves every now and then is a good practice of consideration. We don't need to all be, cooped up on each other every now and then. We all have our own individual lives. So, yeah, give some necessary space and whatnot. Do not, however, get consistency with consideration twisted, y'all. Be sure to keep effectively communicating your wants and desires to your person. For example, if you know that you will be working a late night shift and expect to sleep in, of course, let it be known, you know, to your person so that they don't get concerned as to why they haven't heard from you in the morning, um, or as with, today's dating, so that they won't feel that you've ghosted them. Because we know that ghosting thing is real. I'm telling you. So be sure to communicate that and be consistent in letting people know, just as a courtesy, that you will be busy or you'll be occupied. You're not obligated to do so, but it's just, again, common courtesy. Now, the fourth C to effective dating is Commitment. I repeat, commitment. So what do I mean about that? Okay, it's not commitment to, get in a relationship, okay? Commitment can mean many things, but the type of commitment I'm referring to is the decision to make a mutual agreement with your partner to date exclusively, okay? This again all falls in the communication field. So once you've decided that you like your person and that they hold some of the values, morals, dreams, desires, and drive that you admire in a partner, then it would be an appropriate time to communicate the desire to date exclusively. You feel me? Being exclusive um, doesn't mean that you are in a committed relationship, as I said, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't eventually turn into one. It's just that you're both made the decision to not proactively entertain or pursue anyone else whilst dating one another. So, if your person meets your desires in a partner, then go for it. Just go for it. Of course, with God's permission, but that's a whole other topic of its own, y'all. I'm going to stay out of that one. To be continued, right? So, and last but not least, okay, the fifth C to communicating effectively. Okay, not communicating. I apologize. The fifth C to effective dating. Okay, now this one happens to be one of my favorite of all the C's. It's my very favorite. It's creativity. Creativity. I know some might say, "What?" I know, right? But it's creativity is a very important part in dating. It's like the glue that keeps everything vibing, versatile, vibrant in the connection. You know what I mean? To achieve this creativity, just think of unique and creative ways to place a smile on your person's face. And more importantly, to keep that smile there. You want to keep them smiling. Don't just do it once and be like, yeah, I got them, and then go back to you know, your usual self. So think of unique ways, creative ways to keep them smiling. And one of the ways you can do that is pretty much, just writing an expressive note to them on how great of a person they are and you appreciate them. Simplicity goes a long way. You know what I mean? It goes a long way. You'll be amazed at some of the most simple, small gestures that people really, really appreciate. So, writing a note, giving it to them at a very unexpected time could do the trick. So, the key to also creativity includes allowing yourself to be kids. You know, become kids again. As much as it's clear that we're all blown adults. I mean, it's clear, but being a kid for the time being just brings out that creativity and brings out the fun and allows you to just enjoy the moment. Okay? So I'll share two great creative actions that I've experienced in my own personal dating, right? Y'all ready for this? Okay. Here we go. So the first I call the rose note. The rose note. Okay. So the guy used creativity by placing a single rose attached with a sweet note that he wrote on the driver's seat of my car. Yes. Yes, y'all. So upon entering, I was startled because I thought I had entered the wrong car until I realized what he had just done, and he picked such a random time to use this creativity, and rest assured it did make me smile. So yeah, the rose note was a very creative touch right there. That will for sure get a lady smiling. So, and the second I call video get to know you. Video get to know you. This one, the the guy expressed his desire to get to know me by making me a unique short video. Um, the short video included some of my most liked things, that really was amazed because what that showed me was that in our conversation, he was listening and he had great listening skills to take note of the things that I liked. And so he incorporated that into a video with lots of sweet, words of affirmation. And surely, yes, that one also made me smile because I thought that was very unique, very creative, and was a plus. So to sum everything up, so I let a friend in on this video. Um, Shout out to you, JB. You know, he immediately asked, "What happened to the 6C?" I said, "Well, what's 6C? This is five of them." He said, "No, there's six." So he replied, "Confusement." I was like, "Confusement?" He said, "Yes." He mentioned that there seems to be a lot of confused people in the dating world. So I've come to make up this quote to encourage those in confusement, okay? And it goes like this: Don't be confused in dating, but rather be confident in conquering courting. Again, don't be confused in dating, but rather be confident in conquering courting. And that's by me, Belleve. Thank you very much. So don't be confused, y'all, in dating. Dating should be fun. It should be a moment of, you know, enlightenment, getting to know people, who they are. So don't be confused in all of that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, move on. But that should not bash the fact that confidence should still be applied in conquering courting. And I mentioned courting because really and truly, dating is a thing of its own, but really courting is when you really want to date with a purpose, right? You don't want to have to waste anyone's time. You just want to know someone that you're really interested in and court them and get to know them, and that would be leading to marriage eventually. So don't be afraid of courting. Be confident in it, and conquer it, and put all the myths and the notions out, and get involved. So, beloveds, that wraps up the first episode of this relationship series. I hope you've enjoyed and will consider some, if not all of them, in your own dating lives. Again, if you've enjoyed this pillow talk, join the Belleved crew. Subscribe, like, and share this video with someone you feel can use those five C's, okay? Um, don't be scared to share it. Just let it go, let it flow, right? Until next time, pillow talkers, stay blessed and always know that you are wonderfully and beautifully made. See you later.